Hello everyone. We are starting with today a tea coaster with our chalk pens and our decoupage techniques. So you must have whoever has joined with the material, they must have got the coasters and chalk pens and everything. So let's start, and whoever is just done without material, they can also learn the techniques. They can use their material. This is a chalk paint, properly comes in a sealed one. This is for your safety, and for the transit we have sealed it. Okay, so this chalk pen is super quality, as I've always mentioned. It's on the MDF also. Just one coat is enough. All you have to do is just give a one coat of color. You can just see I'm just giving a one coat without the water, and it's moving so smooth like a mascara, and it's like done. I'm just coloring the edge also. This is just one showing, rest I've already kept the colored ones. You have to do all four sides of the edge and the back and front. Make sure you fill it nicely, because at the MDF without the color, it sometimes gets the fungus. So it's advisable to get the properly cleaned ones. As you've seen, I've taken very little of the chalk paint and I'm doing it. You have to do it at the front and the back both. You pick up any color and just give a coat of it, and we are done. I'm not so bothered right now about my hands. Alright, so this is it's done. Rest all, you have to color all 6 of these pieces. Just give me the craft mat. Okay, and I'll just keep the craft mat below. Just a second. So this is the craft mat. Is very important to keep it when you are doing color work. So this is done now. I have already kept these pieces ready with the color. So for the 2 pieces, I'll be using my Crackle Gel technique on the chalk paints, and another I will be using my decoupage things with the stenciling. This is a base which is I've colored a pink color. The pink, I'll just tell you which pink I have used is Flamboyant Rani Pink. It's a Rani Pink by iCraft chalk paint. I have used this as a base, and this gray shade is Slime Bells, which is for the base. I have used this chalk color. Now to the 2 parts, I will be doing for the one part I will be doing somewhere a gold strokes. I'm just giving a golden strokes. You can use your Inca gold or any gold, whatever metallic you have. It's not compulsory to have this similar one. You can just, I'm giving my gold stroke somewhere very randomly on this. As you have seen, I'm not bothered much here to give the proper color, as it's already a gray color. On top of it, I've given just a randomly stroke of gold. Let this thing get dry. By the time it's drying, on the 2 parts, I will be using my Crackle Gel. This is a crackling gel by iCraft. One of the best gel, I can say. It's not because I'm saying it's mine, but yes, the quality of the cracks you will see right now. I'm giving a long strokes. As you have noticed that I've not washed my brush, I'm just using the same brush. Doesn't matter if you wash or you don't wash. I'm giving a very long strokes. There's a 2 way of using a Crackle Gel, giving a smaller strokes or a bigger strokes. That decides the crack size. I need little long one, so I'm just giving a very long strokes of the Crackle Gel here. I'm just applying on a 2-part pieces only. Out here also, I'm just make sure I use my gel on each and every part of my surface. Make sure it's not like, you know, left somewhere. The place should be covered everywhere. So I've covered it everywhere, and by the time these things are getting dry naturally, we'll be going to the other 4 parts. Now I'll keep my brush for the washing. So other 4 parts I will be using my stenciling because I have to do my decoupage work. Yeah, before I just move to the decoupage this thing, you have got the printed sheet. Out of those printed sheet, I have like done the fussy cutting of the paper. This is like, you know, a normal paper. It's nothing a rice paper or a tissue paper or anything. It's just the normal paper. You have to use your fussy cutting scissor and cut these pieces ready. So all of you must be knowing fussy cutting, so I'm just moving a little ahead. I'm using my stencil. It's about this one. You can use any stencils. I'm using my this print what I have right now, and I love this one. So dry, okay, you need to have a dry brush. That is very compulsory things for the stenciling. Without the dry brush, stenciling is not possible. People does the stenciling with normal brush, and that 1 second. Okay, so all right, I'll take my some of the dip it, and I will just dip this way, and I'll make sure my brush is not very much loaded. I'm not painting it, as you have seen. I'm just dabbing it. Just dabbing it on the top, on this area, and I'm leaving it. All you can see the result. The similar way, I'm keeping my center little vacant because there my print will come, so I don't want to disturb my prints. I'm taking a very little color, and I'm just giving the gradations. So the similar way, you have to do the leftover 4 pieces. 2 pieces we have used the Crackle Gel. About the 4 pieces we will be doing the same thing. Okay, so now I'll come back to this one. This is quite dried, and this is still taking some time to dry. So now I'm taking 3 shades of pink, the dark, the carrot pink, and the baby pink. I'm taking these 3 shades of pink. You can take any 3 shades. Why I'm taking pinks? Because my print has little, like, you know, pinkish tone. So I've just selected a pink color. You can just decide as per your print. Make sure my brush is neatly washed. You have seen this, like it, as you can see, it's so creamy. I'm taking 3 shades of it, and I'll make sure my brush is loaded properly from the front and the back. This way. And now I'm just giving us standing strokes. Make sure once crack is there, you do not repeat this thing, because after the cracks, if you repeat, crack will covered by the color. it's not dried 100%, so it's like coming like this kind of things. You can see the cracks have started appearing and it's coming quite bigger one. And I'm taking 3 sheets on my brush. As you have seen, some cracks have started coming here. All the cracks already we have got, and see these cracks are appearing. So similarly you have to do this 3 sheets here also. Now here I'll start reverse because my brush is loaded with the darker shade. This is not dried yet, so I'll just take some like time to get dry. So now this is dried, so I'm using the strokes, and make sure after coming the cracks I cannot repeat it. Just because if you repeat, once the cracks are there, you will be covering the cracks. And this Crackle Gel is so fast that crack starts coming like very quickly. It's very quick Crackle Gel. Just do the finishing of the edge. Now when you noticed in the previous one and this one that the cracks what have come, here it's only gray cracks as you see, and here you can just have like see there's some golden polish of the cracks, like some goldenish cracks are also seen, and that's giving more richness and a more beauty to the base. So this is how you can like use your golds and paste for the cracking and the different ways. So this is how we did 2 crackle things. Now by the time this is getting dry, this thing is ready. With the stenciling, all the 4 pieces are ready. So now what I'll do, I'll take a print or any object, whatever you have. Right now we have done with the elephant, so I'm just taking this one, and I will use my decoupage glue which is there in the kit. As I have told you, I never use Mod Podge. Mod Podge is not for our country climate, so I'm using the decoupage glue, this one. I always keep a separate brush for the glue because some colors and all that might distract this thing. And I'm on the back without moving. I'm just applying glue with the brush, and I make sure it's everywhere. You don't miss out on some place. Kajal, sponge there, and I will place this thing here, and you have to use a sponge to tap this because sometime with our hand textures or something, this paper is so thin, might get tear. So always advise you to have a sponge and just dab it this way. So this one is almost ready. I'll just show you. You have to do like this way, a prints to all 4 things. As you have seen, this 4 pieces, where on the 2 pieces I've just used one, and another 2 I have used 2 pieces, and here I have like given some dry strokes of the gold. So similar way you can just keep these things ready like this, and then we have just varnished them. And varnish, I'll show you in a one way, like there's a way of using varnish also. So I'm not sticking all of them, just to show you. And now on these 2 parts, like we have done the stenciling again. Here this I have done it with the modeling paste, and here I have done it with the gold paste mine. So this golding thing I will be using my modeling paste stencil. You can use any stencil. वो वाला दें. हाँ. You can use any of the stencils. We are using a 4x4 stencils of iCraft. Life is beautiful and there's so much to smile about. Just a second. box is opening by the time. Yeah, this is the modeling paste by iCraft, so I'm just using this one. A very little of it is enough. Few things are not in the kit also because it's practically not possible to send, so you can use what you have. As you have seen, like, you know, I've taken a very little of it and it's done. I'm just removing the excess one so that this gives me a flat surface. As you see, this one just so beautiful and clean and neat. So decoupage is just not only about the sticking prints, yes, but it's of course about the, like, you know, using some chalk paints, and it's basically giving a new look to the old things. Now here I will use my other stencil with the golden one, Happiness Blooms Within. I will use my here, the gold thing, gold paint is like, you know, it's so thick. As you seen, it's like a Inca gold, it's so thick. So here I'm using my brush. If your gold is little liquid, all you can do is stenciling. I'll just show you. मुझे dry brush देना. हाँ, you can even use your dry brush like this. I'm just dabbing it, and you see this comes a little lighter print compared to the white. Of course, white is a very bright color, and where golden is quite a dull color. So that's, like, you know, difference you will get. But then this also sometimes everything, like, you know, shouting doesn't look good. Some sober prints also looks good. So these two prints and this one, this three we have shown, and rest three you have to just follow as you can do that. Now about this one, varnish, as I told you, I will be showing you the varnish thing. This is a special varnish. I've just removed in the smaller container from the bigger jar. We get in pack of 100 ml, 250 ml and 1 liter. So this is a 1 liter jar what I have, and I'm just converted into the 100 ml. For the varnish, fresh brush do ke dena. Make sure for the varnish you're using very clean and a fresh brush, otherwise it may spoil your prints what is already done. So you have to take care about that part very clearly, that it has to be a dry brush and like neat and clean brush for the varnish. There's a way of doing it. Now I'm taking a varnish in my brush. I have removed it. I'm just using a, like, you know, upper way, this way. You cannot leave a single space because this varnish covers your everything and makes it waterproof. So it's a coating which protects you or projects with the water and the dust. I'm covering my edge also very well. Now when I'm done with the strokes, I will go with the horizontal and vertical both. So now I'm going with the vertical strokes once I'm done. And now I will let this thing get dry naturally. Why I did a vertical and horizontal, because, like, you know, this kind of crisscross, if you leave some space, that gets covered very well. And as you have noticed, I've taken little bigger brush so that I can cover area very nicely. Smaller brush sometimes leaves some places and we don't realize that. So you have to apply this color vertical and horizontal at both the ways, and let this thing get dry at least 15 to 20 minutes, and then use the same technique at the back. So once I'm done, I will be, like, you know, done this thing same, stenciling with the modeling paste here and stenciling with the golden paste. I've done it on the base. and I have used my varnish on the base also. So you just have to do nothing, same stencil what you use it in a base with the two different tones what you have used in your this thing. If in instead of the gold you can have a gray shades also. So this is just nothing, and I've done this has got spoiled because of the matte, and you can just have this way. We have used other print also. Kajal, मेरे को brown वाला दिखाना ना जो. I will just show you. This is a quite pinky ponky. We have done other one which is not the pink shades, but we have taken some other prints and other things. I will just show you. Give me a minute. Yeah, this is incomplete, but the same technique I have used, and I have used like a coffee theme, this prints and this kind of things. This also looks very nice and elegant colors. You can even use these prints and these chalk paints. Here I have taken 3 shades of green, one of the brown shade instead of the gray. This is apricot, this is 3 greens and this is a coffee, midnight coffee. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll wish you just complete your coasters as soon as possible and do post on FB and tag us.